well. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? I've got an itch. Yeah, when you've had a few battles, you get an itch, and it's just sort of like I'm getting withdrawal now, and I'm sure I'm not the only person saying that. It's still the online stuff you want. It's just not the same.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you must be looking forward to your first battle in front of an audience.
Definitely. Yeah, man, I'm pretty much buzzing to get going, to be completely honest. But it's
a good feeling, man. You'll enjoy it.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm pretty confident as well. I've been watching a bit of Dukes' stuff, and I don't think he's much to worry about, to be completely honest with you. So
yeah,
fine.
No, I mean, he's on my team, so I'm always going to give him daps. But I think it's a close matchup. I mean, from what I saw in the submissions, you know what I mean, you both I thought sort of impressed. I mean, the judges obviously thought that when they picked the teams and stuff. I think it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, some people might. Well, I was shocked actually, because I imagined that usually the story of story with these things is usually they sort of write off the newcomers. But going into it, you seem like your odds-on favourite from what I've seen. I mean, you're sort of one of the people that's been spoken about more favourably after this, which is. Do
you think? I've not really seen a lot said.
I've been following it. I've been following it. I think Bobby Rex mentioned you in a post. Matt Edwards from Rapids Falls mentioned you. Obviously, talking to other competitors, you were sort of. I mean, your name's always mentioned. I wouldn't say that they're touting you like they're sort of touting GEE and Graphic Grammar and Jester Black, but your name's up there, like, as in not as a favourite, but you know what I mean. You've been spoken about favourably from the what was it? How many submissions were there? 22, 23?
Something like that, yeah. I think it was 25 in total.
Yeah. Well,
with the dropouts,
26, but someone had a bad bag. I can't believe that.
That's mental, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I know, man. Like, I'm pretty sure he no-showed the academy last year as well. So, like, just give up. Do you know what I mean?
He battled Sam Hypes, and it's on the network, actually, because I watched it pretty recently, and it was okay. I can't remember if he got picked or not, but he must have been picked a no-show.
I'm pretty sure he did get picked, yeah. Like, he's pretty good when he wants to be, but I don't know. Fucking weird.
Well, that's it.
Man. Why bother entering? Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly that. It annoys me. I mean, I was looking at some, and I'm not throwing shade on people, and I'm going to try and not mention names here because I sort of want to be diplomatic about competition that I'm in. But I looked at some of these entries, and I literally thought to myself, why bother? Like, you could tell who was actually trying and who sort of thought, oh, I'll enter for it, and then just turn up with the worst, you know, like the worst effort they could make, you know what I mean, blatantly reading it in front of them. And I don't know, man. It's like, oh, what? And then you're going to travel to a show, spend your money, and then spit 9 minutes in front of people when you got people like Briggsy investing his time and his money and his resources into us. I don't know, man. Like, I think that's a massive problem with battle rap at the moment is a lot in the lower tiers and the mid tiers is a lot of people just don't take it seriously.
Definitely.
I mean, I've had opponents, I mean, no show for battles that I'm in, and I've had battles on the card where people have no show. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible because they're not just fucking up their own career. They're pissing away a chance that somebody else has put in, you know what I mean? All right, it's a bit different on the online format because you sort of advance by default, but to travel to another event, spend time writing for it, and then have your opponent, you know what I mean, just not turn up. Like, I've seen people, like, it gets them and it pisses them off, you know what I mean? You've wasted your time, you can't showcase stuff, and you've written 3 rounds that you can't use again.
Yeah, I know, man, and it's like, you know, I'm probably going to catch a lot of hate if anyone listens to this, but you know what? I don't really care. But GWE, like, that fucking, his 2 rounds that he submitted, man, they were hands down the most boring rounds I've ever sat through. And I'm pretty sure he went through his second pick.
I think, was he second? Who was third? I was third. Enigma was third. Yeah, he was second pick. But don't you think he was probably picked more for his overall body of work than he was for the rounds?
I do. And I don't think that should have been the case. Like, even, you know, Milky said the person he was looking out for the most going into it was Graphic Grammar. But off the back of Graphic Grammar's round, he didn't pick him.
Yeah. It's true. I don't know. I think a few people did get in because of their body of work, overall body of work. I mean, Graphic Grammar, his round wasn't. I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was good enough to get in, but it wasn't
bad
like,
by any means. No,
but it wasn't him and Dukes against Georgie Roots and Switch Lee. You know what I mean? It wasn't him against Sam Hypes. You know, he's had better performances than that. But once again, I think I can't speak for him, but I think people like he and GWE sort of knew that they were good enough to get picked and didn't feel that they needed to put 100% effort in it because they'd get in on name. But I don't know. That might not be the case, but I sort of do think that having a name and having a reputation and having a few battles under your belt does help you in the process, because people like Milky and Dean can look at you and go, well, I know this guy can write for 4 battles. I know he can perform in a room. I mean, maybe they didn't. Like I said, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like to make assumptions. But obviously they're in. I think they both did well enough to get in, but obviously I was sort of expecting better. You know what I mean? I was sort of expecting to think, wow, you know what I mean? Like, get blown away. I didn't get blown away, but I was still impressed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, mate. And I think there's people that I expected a lot more of anyway, but maybe we'll see that in the rounds to come. But like, definitely expected more of GWE. Definitely expected more of Graphic Grammar. I think he was my favourite going into it. Whether he takes it seriously or not, I don't know, because like, I know he's kind of getting to the point where he's getting plates with Don't Flop now. I saw him battle Zayn Azrai in Bristol in February. So
I think he's got Lefty. I think it's Lefty. It might not be Lefty, but he's got someone sort of notoriety on the Don't Flop card. What one was it? Reinstated? Is it Reinstated?
Okay. I think I've seen something about that, actually. Yeah, I think you're right. It is Lefty.
I think, yeah. And then he was meant to be battling. Oh, he's still scheduled. He's meant to be battling Tech for us at some point. That's tentatively been rescheduled for July the 4th, but whether that happens or not. But no, I think if he's on a good day, he can win the tournament. I've seen him. I've been impressed with him. But do you think that maybe the video format sort of had anything to do with it? I mean, because me personally, I found it a lot harder to sort of write for the video and sort of almost, I don't want to say I cared less for it, but I don't know. It's sort of harder to get invested when you're just spitting in front of a camera. Right? Me personally, when I write, I'm sort of like, right, you're building up to a moment. You know what I mean? You're building up to this moment where you're in front of the audience and you're waiting for people to react, and just maybe you don't get that same sort of intensity and motivation on your writing because you're just going to spit in front. I don't know whether that had anything to do with that, but
yeah, I definitely see what you mean. Like, personally, like, for me, with the main, like, the main criticism I've got of my submission so far is that my performance wasn't good enough, because obviously I was just kind of sat down and doing it that way. But like I've said to a few people now, for me personally, like me and my girlfriend are living with her parents at the moment because we're like saving to buy a house and stuff. So
yeah.
Like I did it in our bedroom, which isn't particularly big, and I'm 6'6" anyway. So trying to fit myself into fucking video frame was the hardest thing in the world, and I thought bollocks to it and just sat down. But video battles in general are just a bit weird, aren't they? I don't think you can properly gauge people's performance off it, if that makes sense. So
no, you can't. I mean, like you said, the frame thing. I had the same issues, and I'm 5'7". Like, I had to put the camera about 3 meters away from me. But I overperformed, which I always do. That's just sort of my style. I'm just very sort of loud, and I move about a lot. And I think it was Will Ross. It was Will Ross who said in a reactions video that he thought I was a bit cringe. It's like, of course it's fucking cringe. I'm a guy moving around my fucking bedroom like a madman as if I'm in front of 100 people. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just awkward. It's just not right. You're just the guy rapping alone in your room really loudly. And it's like I said, especially if you've got other people in the house for you or neighbors or whatever, you know what I mean? It can be a bit embarrassing.
yeah. Yeah, and it's a bit of a lose-lose situation, isn't it? Because you guarantee that, like, for example, Will Ross said that he found you a bit cringe, but if you'd have toned the performance down or something like that, then that could have potentially jeopardized you getting through. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I know what you mean.
You're always going to have critics in you, whatever it is that you're doing, to be fair. So.
Yeah, like I said, just this format was so hard, and like so I think I think we all struggled with it. I think it doesn't matter who you are. I think everyone sort of had their own difficulty with it in one way or another. Transitioning from the camera is very hard. I mean, I find it hard to watch online battles anyway. It's just not right. It's I don't know. To be fair, I was pretty bummed when I got the email from Briggsy to begin with, and it said, "Oh, these submissions would be done online." I was just thinking, "Oh God!" Like I thought, "Oh shit, this is the end of me." You know what I mean? I'm not even going to qualify. Nah, we're both through, and hopefully, like I said, the next battles are in front of a live audience, however big that may be.
Definitely, yeah, man. And what's your opinions then? Like, who do you see doing well and not doing well, without being biased? Because
this is the thing. I've got to be the team player, but I've got to be objective here as well. Well, I'll start off with the one everyone sort of talks about. Serious intrigued the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
He's clearly a comfortable performer, but is he going to be out of his element? Is he going to be able to perform in a room? How's he going to cope with being clowned? How's he going to, you know what I mean? Is his act going to have the same reception in front of a sort of more serious crowd, pun intended? That's the thing. I think that's the thing with a lot of people is, are some people going to choke? Are some people going to, you know what I mean, adapt to that? Because there's a lot of people who haven't performed. I mean, McCoy, he's another one. He impressed me. I thought his projection wasn't that great, but I thought his bars were good. I thought his schemes were good and the way he angled was good. But is he going to do well in a room? Is he going to be able to perform in front of a crowd? Is he going to get butterflies? Is he going to choke? You know, I think that's the biggest question. Is some of the newcomers, some of the people who are only 1-2 battles in, are they going to adapt?
I see what you mean. It's definitely something that I'm worried about, to be honest. Like, public speaking's never particularly been my strong point anyway, so we'll have to see what happens. But I'm pretty confident. I've basically finished my material for Dukes already, so
fucking hell.
Yeah.
I haven't even started writing yet, man.
No,
I've been a bit busy, but I really should have. But no, I haven't started writing. To be fair, I haven't really researched Savant actually. I watched one battle of his about a year ago when he battled Sam. Now I sort of need to get to it, but it's just obviously I've just been a bit preoccupied with the garden and shit around the house and just sort of trying to get all that out of the way. But
yeah, that's fair enough.
We got nothing but time.
No, we don't. It's true. And the thing for me is I always write quite quickly anyway, but it takes me fucking forever to memorize it. So I just wanted to get it done for now, and then if I need to make any kind of tweaks to it or whatever, I can do that at a later date. But as long as I can get the general gist of it quickly, I should be fine. But yeah, I mean, Savant is, mate, that's a tough battle. I'm gonna be honest. Like he's really impressed me. He battled in Ireland on that Broken Resolutions 2 card. He actually battled Jester Black, who's in the tournament as well.
Yeah. It's, now I might have to jump on iBattle and sort of buy that battle and have a look. I know he's got one with Milky that people have recommended. I think he's got one or two on Dubscan. I'm aware of him. Like, I know who he is. I've seen his name floating about, and so I've been busy. I don't want people to think, just sort of fucking lazy or anything. It's just one of them. I know it's kind of difficult to be busy at this point, but I'm in the middle of returfing a garden and shit like that, and decorating and painting. So get all that out of the way and try and put my undivided attention to something, because that's when greatness comes in my case. But yeah, there you go. But no,
that's fair enough.
I sort of want the tough battles, to be honest with you. I want people who are gonna make me do better, sort of challenge me a bit. I don't want to battle somebody I know I can beat. I just don't think you grow as a performer or as a writer that way.
That's fair enough. No, I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's why I don't take battles. I mean, I run a league, so I book most of my own battles anyway. Like, I'm one of the very few who could literally hand pick their opponents, and I could put myself against somebody I know at 3-0, but it's just no point. And this is part of the reason why I joined the academy was, I get what's put in front of me. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate challenge for me. Georgie said this as well, why he applied. You face people you wouldn't normally face. Yeah. I mean, if I wasn't in the academy, the chances of me ever battling Savant would be slim, to be honest with you.
That's a fair point.
I think John actually tried to book us on the same card once. I think he was going to have Georgie against Savant, and he was trying to book me against odds, but both sort of fell through. Georgie Savant fell through. The event wouldn't have taken place anyway, due to the current situation. But no, it's just that's what I like about the academy. It's intriguing, you know what I mean? You get paired with people, sort of. That's why I joined. It challenges me as a battler a bit. It forces me to sort of write stuff. I mean, even the qualifier, I had a guy. I didn't know anything about him. I couldn't find anything about him. He was a ghost, and that sort of challenged me as a writer a bit more. Sort of not having less to go off and sort of having to be a bit more creative with it and a bit different with it. And so that was a nice little exercise. So yeah, rambling a bit here, but yeah, that's why I've joined this year's academy, just to get that challenge that you wouldn't get, because it's very easy to sort of fall into a trap when you're sort of, like I said, when you're fucking picking your own cherries.
Yeah, no, it's fair, and it's like it must have been pretty fucking difficult writing for. It was Hylas, wasn't it, that you had?
Yeah, Hylas, yeah.
Like, I think he's recently started commenting on a lot of things on Academy related on Facebook, but before that, I didn't have the fucking foggiest clue who he was. So fair play for writing 2 minutes of material for the guy anyway. But
it took me a week to find out his gender. I mean, that's how little I knew about it. I was writing, I was like, he? I was like, what if this is a woman? Yeah, I'm gonna... yeah. But nah. Then again, you can write for the wrong person and still get through. Dukes did that. He wrote for a completely different other series. It was like some fat Asian rapper on fucking YouTube. And he's still... So yeah, I don't know, man. It was a tough exercise, and I literally found a so I sent my submission on the Saturday, and I'd recorded it all on the Friday. And I'd literally found a YouTube page the day before.
right.
So I rewrote a lot of my shit at the last minute, you know, because I found out a couple things about. I found out he had a song called "Codeine in My Piss,"
Nice.
which is the worst song name I've ever fucking heard.
I like it. I rate that.
What else? I found out that he was into professional wrestling, which, to be fair, most fucking Northern battle rap fans are. So I probably could have guessed that anyway. But now I sort of just what's the word? I sort of tweaked my round sort of like last minute on the Saturday morning, and got them sent in. So I had something a bit personal. Like, you could tell I was dissing this guy and not just writing for anybody. Yeah, no, that was challenging, man. That was tough. So who's your pick at the moment to maybe not to win, but to sort of impress?
I do think Savant, to be honest. I think he's the best in the tournament right now. But I mean, when you consider the favourite to win from the last 2 years has normally gone out before the quarters, it's pretty hard to say, really. But I mean, yeah, Savant, I think is really good, and I think he definitely has the ability to win it. I think I liked Enigma's stuff. Like, Milky pointed something out that kind of ruined it for me, where he does rap like
Grandmaster
Flash.
Flash.
Grandmaster Flash, and like the birth. He does sound like the birth of hip hop in that sense. I mean, that's something that I think with a bit of coaching, especially from someone like Dean and Jay Short, like, he can lose that and he can become really good. I like Jester Black's rounds. I thought Jester was good. I think McCoy is going to turn a lot of heads.
He's got arguably the toughest challenge as well, to be fair. He's got Slester, hasn't he?
He has.
So that should be a good gauge of where he's at or what he's capable of.
Definitely. And McCoy is like, I've been speaking to him quite a bit, and he's like...
He's a fan. He's a big fan.
Yeah, he's extremely motivated for this. So I think he's gonna do really well. I'm gonna put it out there. I think he's gonna beat Slester.
You think?
I do.
Jesus Christ, that's a ballsy bet.
It's one of the few calls that I'm gonna make, but I think he'll beat Slester.
Yeah. To be fair, I can't really call any of this tournament. Well, I know a lot of people are writing me off. I mean, people are seeming to call that, but obviously I've got fucking belief in myself. Wouldn't have entered if I didn't. But like looking at these battles on paper, man, like in all honesty, like I've tried to sort of think about it a bit and sort of predict in my head who would go through, and it's anybody's ball game, to be honest with you. Like, really, I can't look at these battles on paper and really see an outright favourite. There's so many variables. I mean, Enigma versus Whitey, which I think will probably be the battle of the night, to be fair.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, either one of those guys could win it. I mean, Enigma tryout really impressed me. He's battled on beat as well. He battled Anubis on beat for us. Don't watch that battle unless you want to see Connor on a come up. But Enigma did well there, and Whitey's obviously sort of had the pedigree. I mean, he's sort of been following the culture for a while now, and he obviously had the shit show with Don't Flop a few years back, but he's come back and reinvented himself, and he's done well since he's returned to battle rap. I think that's going to be a good battle. I think Bez or Beezy or whatever the fuck he's called, the American guy, I think him against GWE would be good, interesting.
Yeah.
Everything on the card, like I said, just you can't call anything, and that's sort of sitting back as a fan who's like also going to watch hopefully 7 other battles that night. It's just going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, I think I'm gonna, again, it's a big call. I think Be Easy's gonna beat G Double. I think
really,
yeah, I do think so. I think in Manchester, in front of a Premier Battles crowd, I think Be Easy's stuff's gonna come across better.
Because I watched him against Will Ross, and I thought a lot of his stuff sort of wasn't really landing. I mean, maybe it's because he's battling Will Ross, and sort of he's sort of their guy. Where
see, for me, that's because Will Ross he's very funny, whereas I don't think GWE is.
I think he is. I think he clowns people a lot. I mean, I haven't watched loads of his stuff. I mean, I've seen him live. I've watched him battle on beat against C Red for us, which GWE took, and I watched him against Bard, and I've seen him against I think it was Maisie, which is the only Maisie battle I've ever watched in full, and probably the only Maisie battle I will ever watch in full. But he's good. Like he's funny. He's very charismatic. I think that will help him a lot. I think he can rap.
He can rap, yeah.
And he's very, like I say, he's very charismatic. He is witty. He is clown. He can clown people. I think he'll probably clown Beezy. He's sort of a lot more serious. Sort, you know what I mean? He's got that American style, that sort of that URL PG style, if there is such a thing. I just think, I don't know. I don't think that stuff translates well to a British audience, even to sort of Manchester audience, where there's more sort of geared towards that style of rapping.
Yeah, no, I can see what you mean. For me, though, like, I can't get behind GWE whatsoever, simply because, like, he tries to, like, there was a couple of things in his like audition or whatever you want to call it, where he was talking about how he'll get violent and stuff, and it's like, mate, you got headbutted and hid behind a girl on camera. Give it up. I'm not having it.
Was that the? I'd imagine that was King of the Ron.
It was him versus Blunt Ted, I think it was, but
I haven't seen that, but I'll go and watch that afterwards. But that doesn't surprise me. That was King of the Ron. It was just fucking shenanigans.
And what else is on the card? I mean, DTH Jester Black's going to be very good.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think DTH is super motivated for this, to be fair. His tryout really impressed me. I mean, I was really impressed. I spoke with a couple people before that. People had said that he would probably get picked as a token pick because it's him, and he's sort of done a lot for Dub Scandal, and obviously this sort of newer crop of rap. I mean, especially Milky, but he more than earned his place in this. Last, I was really impressed with his performance. Really impressed. Some really good bars. That was it. The COVID 6-9 thing. I think he said that the COVID 6-9. So like being on lockdown, I pissed myself when I can't remember the punchline. I butchered it, but pissed myself. And I think if he comes with that motivation, he's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, he had some really good stuff. Like he compared me to Phileas Fogg speaking to battlers from around the world in 20 days or whatever, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But yeah, I like this stuff a lot, man. And like, that's kind of why I was so surprised to have gone through as like such a high pick for Milky as well, because I thought DTH, if that was a judged battle, I mean, I thought he probably edged me in it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, to be fair, and I must say before, I think your fuck you for booking Anubis more than twice was the bar of a fucking battle, to be fair.
Do you know what? So I'm going to explain myself here. So I assumed that Premier Battles would put Anubis through because he's from Manchester and it would make sense for him.
Yeah.
So I threw that in there because I wanted Anubis next because I wanted to absolutely rip the kid apart. But he didn't even make it through, unfortunately. So I kind of put it in there for no reason. But yeah.
He did well, though. He did well.
I thought he was shit, to be honest.
No, he's the best I've ever seen him. What does that really mean when he's...
I guess so, but I've never seen him do anything good, so...
He's... I don't know. I've met him once at an event. He battled for us on beat, and he's a sound guy, and he was spitting really good bars. And then a couple drinks later, he went on stage, and yeah, that's online if you want to watch it.
Yeah, I have seen it before.
Oh God, he almost started singing like. And the fucking hate I got for it when we uploaded it. I think it was Acre told us to build a bolt and launch the bolt into space. Bobby Rex denounced knowing any of them or being part of their crew. What else? I think I posted it because I like to post. I mean, I share all our links over different pages and forums. I posted it to one forum and there was a debate, is Anubis the worst on-beat battler ever? We got so much fucking hate for that shit. I mean, it was unreal. Like, it was bad. And to be fair, Anubis did actually, in the room, it didn't look as bad. It came across a lot worse on camera. And when he was spitting earlier in the night, it was good.
From what I've heard, he can rap and he can, you know, but he's just...
He's his own worst enemy.
Isn't he? And like, his tryout thing that he posted for me, I just thought it was shit. Like, he had some bar about how McCoy's girlfriends had more dicks in her ass than Jared Leto, and it's... Jared Leto's kind of gay. Like, what the fuck is he not about? He just kind of threw him in there because it rhymed, and it's just like, mate, you are fucking dog shit.
No, he had that Morse code bar, the dots and dashes. He got a screwy face from me there. I like that. I thought.
Oh, mate, that was dog shit.
No, that wasn't. Come on, that was good. I like that.
That's been used so many times. Like,
That's probably because I haven't seen it before then, but...
Yeah, I'm not having that. He was fucking terrible. I thought he was... No, okay, no, he wasn't the worst submission. But...
I honestly believe if he didn't have this reputation behind him, he probably would have got picked based off of that round.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. He's young. He's only like 20, 21. He might grow out of it, I think. If he just takes it a bit more seriously, because he's proved he can sort of deliver a good round. Couple good rounds, but there you go.
He did have in that fucking car crash on Dub Scandal. I think that was against that Metaphor that entered as well, but he
Metaphor was the least impressive of everybody in that tournament, to be fair. It was fucking...
No, absolutely not. That kid, that Brummy kid that was meant to battle Scam was... I can't remember his fucking name.
Original LJ or something like that.
That guy was the worst by a long way.
He sounded like he was going to burst into tears at any moment, the way he was rapping. I don't know. He just butchered the, what was it? The fill. He had a line like, I'm going to fill your lever, or just trying to stretch the name so many times. And
I think he had about 15 Phil Lever bars, which fair play to him, but
yeah, you want to show a bit of diversity. I don't know. He came at the camera really intense. Like, I was like watching. I was like, this guy looks like he's going to burst into tears. Like, I just literally. So Phil. I can't remember. Was it? Oh, Phil your Libra. He had a bit. Was it like we're betting or something, like putting a bet up, and Phil's leaving with less or something? Just like, for fuck's sake.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. I remember sitting through both of his rounds completely stone faced. And then he ended his round with, like, looking directly into the camera and going, original shit. Like, yes, hey, that's what I wanted to see. Come on.
Do you reckon that's a catchphrase, or you just put that in there? Was that something he wrote, or is that something that he's going to drop at the end of his rounds? But
yeah, that would have been great. But who else was there?
Through.
So yeah, Enigma, Whitey Blindo. I mean, I'm probably gonna lean towards Whitey Blindo just because I know that he's comfortable in a room. But Enigma could shock me there. I think definitely he seems good. I mean, he got a lot of love for that Talk to the Llama Emperor's New Groove bar, and I'm not a fan of that at all. I thought that was awful, but apart from that, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, he had the kilt line, didn't I've just killed. He had like a Scottish angle. I've just killed him, which I dig that.
Yeah,
I think Enigma's good. I know Whitey and Enigma fairly well. I mean, I fuck with them both. So I don't even want to say who I think could pick that, but I know they're both sort of real serious. They both write a lot. They both work hard. They're both well versed in battle rap. So I don't know. I think that really goes down to who wants it more, personally. I think whoever puts the more prep in, whoever spends more time writing the best shit wins that, to be fair.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I legitimately think that just comes down to the prep. I mean, whoever wins that now is the one who's writing right now, I think, with them. Who's spending the more time writing, who's spending the more time practicing, who's spending less time in front of the Xbox, less time fucking chilling or whatever. I think that's genuinely what's going to separate them two.
So, from what I've seen on our like group chat, I'm pretty sure Whitey's done writing.
He's done writing.
I think so, yeah.
Fucking hell.
And he's super motivated for this. Like, I think he kind of considers it as his last chance. He couldn't get a battle on Don't Flop for a long time, and then kind of got given a chance at the Bristol event. But
well, he had a tryout, didn't he? He was on that tryout card with all the stupid names.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
yeah, the Love for Jesus card. That was it.
yeah. And right. So something I am gonna say just come to me now. Henry is not going through.
You think?
Henry's losing to Sirius, man.
I don't know, man, because I like Henry. I do like Henry. I think he's I like his style. Obviously his cadence is reminiscent of Shuffle T, but he's different enough not to be called like a clone. He makes me like, he generally made me laugh, like in a not. The thing is with Sirius was I was laughing at him. With Henry, I was laughing with him. I thought that whole LinkedIn dick pic Snapchat angle made me laugh. That second round was shit. Henry's a generally funny guy. I mean, Sirius, I know this is rich coming from me, but it's a fucking human cringe compilation.
I think that's going to work for him, though. I think that'll work for him in the room. And do you know what? I saw Henry battle Whitey Blindo in Bristol as well, and I thought Henry was really funny. And then, like, just for me, and this might sound a bit harsh, I don't know, but reading your bars off your phone is a
that is a pet hate of mine. That sort of took away a lot of it from me.
Yeah.
Once again, I think you could say body of work with Henry. You know what I mean? He's proven he can do it. But yeah,
I mean, he said your girl's a little slag, isn't she? That was probably the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. But
his second round is fucking. He's what was it? Everything you just said was shit. Like, I had to pause the video and piss myself for a minute. Like, it's just his delivery. It's just, I don't know. He's just got brilliant tonality. Like, he could come across as really sort of condescending and likable. And he's different. He's different enough. Obviously, read off his phone. He's not going to do that in an actual fucking room.
I hope not.
I've been in the room when someone's read off their phone. It is the most awkward, embarrassing thing. I mean, as a person watching the battle, it's embarrassed. It's embarrassing. I had a battler pull out a phone in his first fucking round, and that footage isn't up, and that's not up for a reason. But nice. But I don't think Henry's going to do it. I think once again is sort of the sort of factor of the online battles. You know, you are going to take them less seriously because you're online, and you know that people aren't just going to look at this audition, as you say. They're going to look more, also take into consideration what you've done. Yeah. Where you've been and what your overall capabilities are. I mean, you know, with Henry that you can get a good 3 rounds out of him in front of a live audience and him be comfortable. So, you know, I mean, maybe he rested on his laurels a bit. I don't want to make assumptions, but yeah, I didn't rate the phone thing anyway, man. And like I said, with a couple of guys as well, like, I'm not going to say their names because I don't know if it is true, but a couple guys looked like they were reading something behind the camera.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Just following their eye movements, and the fact that they weren't looking. The fact that I moved around so much partially was a bit deliberate to show people I wasn't reading, because I've seen a lot of these online battles recently, and it's pretty easy to tell who's I don't want to say cheating, but who's sort of, you know what I mean, got a fucking piece of paper taped to the wall.
Do you know what? I actually did it myself. So not with the Premier Battles round, but I did like an online battle a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was last week actually. So it was just after all the academy stuff came out, and there's a guy that battles on iBattle called Conflicts that has started this like online league or whatever called Fight Back.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of the posts. I think Sam Hypes is on that, isn't he? Or
he is, yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
yeah.
Josh Carroll. So that was like, I agreed to do something for him to try and help him out, because he, at the time, that he didn't have anybody outside of America signing up.
Yeah.
And I kind of accepted it. Had 10 days to write and completely forgot about it. He reminded me something like 24 hours before it had to be submitted, just saying, you know, make sure I've got it by this time tomorrow. And I was like, fuck. So I had to literally write something in the space of about an hour that night, record it and send it over. And I had my laptop there, and I broke every 4 bars up so that if I've like forgot anything, I could just glance over and see it. But it's not my best work, to be honest. However, I got sent some personals about the bloke, so I just ripped him a new one a bit, and he ended up no-showing the battle anyway. So
how do you fucking no-show an online battle? Like you said, you could just pull something out of your arse an hour before. Like, just try and be, you know what I mean? You could sort of stick a thing behind. I don't rate it, but you know what I mean? You know, you could sort of, you know what I mean? You can get something in. I just don't understand why people commit to these things and then
he was talking his shit as well, this guy. He wanted to put a $200 bet on it and all sorts, but
well, you should have fucking let him. That's an hour of your time you won't get back.
I know, but never mind. So the guy's basically he's from Texas.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, one of them. He was battling on a league called Live from the Block, which I think in terms of Texas battle rap is one of the bigger leagues.
I didn't realise Texas had that much of a battle rap scene.
Yeah, massive, man. Like Houston has a lot of URL events and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, yeah, I'm sort of thinking more fucking. I'm thinking more Dallas fucking.
Yeah, no, but God. I think he got banned. Apparently, he got banned from Live from the Block for no showing too many battles, and like he was bragging about how he's done 14 battles in total, but he's only got 6 online because 8 of them have been vaulted. So I was just like, yeah, this guy's fucking wank. And then, yeah, didn't even bother turning up in the end and hasn't messaged anyone back since. So
yeah, he sounds like a bit of a knob, really. He'll probably get banned from other leagues now. I think iBattle will book him.
Yeah. He blocked me on Facebook like about an hour after the matchup got announced. But I luckily went on my girlfriend's Facebook, and his Facebook wasn't private. I managed to find out that somebody like robbed his girlfriend's apartment, and he was like begging for money through Cash App. So I had some
that's an angle there.
Some pretty funny stuff to go with, but
yeah, nah. I've never understood this whole blocking people before because it just shows you got shit to hide.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, my thing is, right, if you want to go on my Facebook, you want to search my socials, go. You know what I mean? If you want to use what you use for me as a personal for my battle is shit that everybody else already knows. You know, if there's something I really want to hide or something that embarrasses me or something that I'm not willing to own, I'm not going to put it on social media. So the fact that this guy's actually blocked you, just, oh, no, he sounds like a fucking gimp, mate.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo, but never mind. Can't see him getting booked again anyway anytime soon, so.
Well, these online battles have brought out all the weirdos, haven't they? I mean, I've been watching some.
Yes.
I watched, there was one guy who battled Lizzie C. And he had a fucking Christmas tree in his living room. It's April, mate. It's April, mate. Like, it just took, I couldn't pay attention to his round. I just sat there for 90 seconds thinking, how fucking lazy are you that you ain't taking your Christmas tree down and it's fucking Easter, mate?
Where'd you see this? What was this on?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Lizzie. I think it might have been I can't remember. It was one of these online. It was another American thing, but
that's amazing.
Just literally, that's all I could pay attention to.
I love it.
We had an online tournament ourselves, actually.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that, man.
Oh, we had some fucking nutters in it, though. We had a guy in the first round who had a bar, and I quote, "I'm going to give you a lyrical vasectomy. I hope you don't want kids. I'm going to put your balls between my teeth and give them a squish." And he put that on camera and submitted that. We had another guy talk.
Who submitted this? I need to check this guy out more.
His name was Honor Quest.
Okay.
And he battled the guy I'm talking about now. He's a guy called Jesper who battled in a balaclava and spoke into the camera and just it's a hood classic of online battles. It's just, it was fun that first round because it's like you know, like the first few weeks of X Factor where they've just got all the fucking crazy people in and you're just sort of watching it just because these people are being exploited. That's what that first round was sort of like. There was just some people in there just like, why would you submit this? Although I had a bit of a iffy round. I had Georgie and I tried doing all these different cuts and shit, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, but looking back on it, it was maybe a bit awkward.
I mean, the tournament as a whole, like, what the fuck was Bard doing in a wrestling mask? What's that all about?
That's not Bard. I don't know why everyone keeps saying that's Bard. That's not Bard. That is El Salado. He is the undefeated champion of Equatorial Guinea. I scouted him personally whilst I was traveling on the west coast of Africa. He's a national hero over there, so I invited him to come to Beast Anglia and ply his trade. I've been in the same room with him and Bard. I can assure you they are not the same people.
I'm waiting for the punchline, man.
There is no punchline. It's not Bard. It's just a guy who looks like Bard, who sounds like Bard, who has Bard's cadence, but it's not Bard, honestly. Bard will tell you himself it's not him. Bard doesn't want any association with this guy. You know what I mean? But nah. So yeah, let's just say, for example, that was Bard in a wrestling mask. Pretty fucking entertaining, though.
I'm not saying I didn't like the rounds, but for the final at least, he didn't win.
Yeah, that final was a bit. I enjoyed the final, but then again, I sort of enjoyed all the shenanigans and the cuts and the on beat bit. But And again, he might have won. The deciding judge on the final was actually Peter McNeely, who fought Mike Tyson in the it was in the 90s. He was the first person to fight Mike Tyson out of jail. I just messaged him on Instagram when judges battling. He just said guy in the mask in it. So maybe if someone a bit more into battle rap had picked it, he would have picked Crash.
How would you get that guy to judge then?
I just asked him. Like literally,
did you just have him on Facebook or something like that?
Yeah, I've got him on Instagram, innit? And like, I spoke to him a couple times, innit? Because I'm proper. I love boxing, right? If I could stand getting punched in the face, I'd probably be doing it now. But no, I just had him on Instagram, innit? And he likes a lot of my battle rap related shit, but he also likes a lot of my shit. I just think he's very punch drunk, to be honest with you.
Right.
But I just literally asked him. I just said, "Yo, can you?" I asked a load of people, right? I thought, fuck it. I'm just gonna inbox a load of random celebrities, and just hope that one of them answered. I messaged Nick Jonas. I messaged Barack Obama. I messaged Taylor Swift. Peter McNeely was the only one who got back to me. I just wanted something, you know what I mean, a bit different for the final, because I was sort of having the same sort of handful of judges throughout. I just, you know what I mean? And I think the only person who actually recognised who he was Anubis.
Right.
Yeah. But the whole idea of the judging for the final was I wanted one American, I wanted one Canadian, one Brit, one person who only watched Beast Anglia, and then have our celebrity judge. No. And then the crowd thing, the celebrity judge was the American. So, yeah. I don't know, man. To be fair, I'm surprised Crash advanced so far in that tournament. Like, he arguably lost 2 of the 4 battles he'd had prior to that. He lost, in my opinion, he lost to Smiles and he lost to that Skage old kid. He beat Toucan and he beat Robin. Nah, I don't know, man. Like, that was a fun tour. I was thinking of doing another one again, actually, but I just don't want to saturate our channel.
No, I can see that.
Yeah, especially when we promote a lot of our videos through Facebook. So I don't want, I don't want our actual like in-person battles to get lost behind all these online battles. Which I'm gonna try and sort out like an order and see if you can do that on Facebook, because that's our main viewing platform at the moment. It's where we get the bulk of our views and where the bulk of our fans watch them. So I don't want to get them lost behind all that. Yeah.
I can see that, and I think it's quite interesting that you guys put the battles on Facebook way before you put them on YouTube, just because I think I did ask you about this the other day. Like, you get a lot more views through Facebook then, is that correct?
Oh, we get
Loads of views on Facebook. We hit, I think our video average is something like 4,500. I think our highest viewed videos are 7.5k. Which, to be fair, for a startup league, is impressive as fuck.
Very.
I think our most viewed is Dukes versus Harry Specs. I think, and it's Georgie and Tatum, and then it's Phalanx and Smiles. But anyway, yeah. Now it's the algorithms work easier with Facebook. You can tag people in. When you scroll down a wall, it starts playing, so it's more in your face. It grabs your attention. Well, with YouTube, you've got to go off the site. You've got to click a link. It's just stuff is more easily accessible via Facebook. And I thought Georgie and I both decided that we would tap into it that way, and then put the videos up after the fact on YouTube, purely for Verse Tracker, actually. But Yeah, no, it works. We get the views. We built up a nice core audience. It's working. Whether we continue this model forever, I don't know. But as it's worked well. It has worked well, and it's worked to our sort of business plan, and who we want to attract, which is obviously it's a bit different from everybody else's. But yeah.
Nice. Well, I like that, man. And I mean, 7.5 views is impressive. 1,000 views even is impressive for any UK channel nowadays. Like, I'd say probably 75% of Premier Battles uploads haven't quite reached that yet. So that's it's definitely a good way of doing things. But like, I've kind of, unfortunately, I've kind of slept on Beast Anglia a lot because before I started doing this podcast, I wasn't really on Facebook much at all. But like, there's a couple of guys that you've got coming through the ranks there that are very impressive. And that SirSpence that you just mentioned, like, he's fucking great.
He's crazy, man. Like, that guy, like, I'm glad he's not in the academy this year because he fucking would have won it. Personally, he's we've got a lot of new talent coming through. Actually, that's sort of our main goal is to push this new talent. Georgie will say this as well, and I'll say this as well. The reason a lot of battle rap fans have sort of slept on our shit is, to be honest with you, we don't care about battle rap fans. We don't. I know this sounds. We don't care about the people on the forum. They're not our main target audience. Our main target audience is the first time viewer. We're aiming for this 18 to 25 group of people who didn't grow up watching, you know what I mean, the initial rise of Don't Flop, who didn't grow up watching King of the Dot, who've never seen rap, but who, when you mention rap battle, they go, "What, 8 Mile?" Like, no, that's who we're getting, and that's who our main audience is. Like, eventually the BR crowd's going to come over to us because it's battle rap, you know what I mean? But like, our main goal is to target you know what I mean, the first time fan, and it's working, and it's created a nice buzz around us. That's why our events are so live, because a lot of people come into our events. This is their first battle rap event. You know what I mean? The novelty, it's novel to them. You know, they've never seen this before. They don't know what Don't Flop is. I mean, I've had people come up to me. This is funny. I've had people come up to me and say, "You're such a visionary. You're the only person in the country who's doing this." I'm just thinking, fucking hell, like, Briggsy, you know what I mean? It's weird. We've like sort of found this bubble of people who've never seen it. We're tapping into that, and that's what we're focusing on. Because that's sort of why it blew up in the first place, because nobody had seen it before. It was new, it was fresh.
Yeah.
And there's only so many times you can reinvent the wheel, but you could show the wheel to people who haven't seen a wheel before. You know what I mean? It's that is the worst fucking analogy I've ever come out with, but
it makes a lot of sense as well to kind of push it in that direction, especially as most of the events you guys are doing, I mean, you're doing them in places like Colchester and stuff, aren't you? Which
Colchester, Cambridge, Ipswich, yeah.
They've probably never had a battle rap event there before, so it's new to everybody. And
yeah,
I know I know they're all three that you've just mentioned are fairly big cities, like, but they still don't have a huge amount going on, if that makes sense. So it's always like having something different to do is going to bring in a new crowd, whether they like the sound of battle rap or just rap as a whole or not. They're still going to think, "Oh, why not? I'll go and check it out," kind of thing. So it's definitely a good plan, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Most people enjoy it. To be fair, the East was actually pretty prominent for battle rap at one point. Now, I think, I don't quote me on this, but I think Don't Flop held their first ever event in Norwich. That's where I believe that's where Rowan's actually from, is Norwich.
I think he is from Norwich, yeah, but he went to uni in Brighton, and I'm pretty sure they started in Brighton.
Yeah, well, Brighton's sort of like the capital, sort of down south, like other than London for rap in general. I mean,
Yeah.
especially sort of like underground UK rap. I mean, that's where High Focus are based, and a lot of other rappers go down there, apply their craft, and they've just got a very good scene down there. But yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
but I definitely know that Don't Flop do have ties to Norwich. I know they did. I think they did one show in Ipswich once. Is where Toucan battled Mo's Prob.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was in Ipswich, but I think that's because they had Don't Flop East for a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't think it really took off or lasted that long. There's been a couple leagues come up since then, but nothing's really sort of taken off. And I'm actually surprised at how well we've done. To be fair, from where we were a year ago to where it is now, and a lot of this is thanks to Georgie. A lot of it is. I mean, he's increased brand awareness and shit like that, and got certain people involved. Now we've done really well. We're starting to get recognised on the UK scene as well, which is good. But no, I'm pleased with where we've come. We got a lot of good battles out. We got a lot of good battlers coming. I mean, we got about 8 or 9 guys, you know what I mean, who are sort of coming up now, who are only anywhere between 1 to 4 battles in, and they could all become, you know what I mean, good fixtures of the UK scene. I mean, like you mentioned, SirSpence is one of them. Phalanx is another one. Causey, he's another one. Check out Causey. He's like a Essex Arsenal. Disrespectful little fucker. Dempsey, the Tatum MC who battled Georgie, a kid called Scageold. Robin, no, actually, no, not Robin HD. Fuck him, we're done with him. But we got good talent. I think people should check out some of the. I know people do watch Beast Anglia, but obviously they watch Sam Hypes and Georgie Roots, and they sort of stop there because it as an established fan, it's difficult. Well, not difficult, but you don't usually click on a battle where you don't know either of the two people. I mean, I'm guilty of that. Like, I won't watch someone against somebody. I watch someone against, I don't know, fucking DNA, or I watch somebody against Jay Short or something like that. You know what I mean? Just an example, but watch some of these, to the listeners, watch some of these battles, man, because you'll be impressed with some of the talents coming up. I say you'll see a few of them in next year's academy, and I can guarantee you now that next year's academy will be won by a person who is regularly on Beast Anglia.
Yeah,
so we've got a really good crop of young talent coming up, and we're trying to do what Rap is Full is doing with their talent. You know, I mean, building up a good sort of home crop, and then sort of bringing over the bigger names to give, you know what I mean, a bit of shine and a bit of attention, and also help the other people develop. Probably not to the level that Rap is Full is doing it at the moment, because they're just more established and more of a reputation. But man, I'm excited for our future. I'm really excited for our future. We had a lot of stuff in the world. Obviously, the fucking pandemic has fucked everybody. And it's messed up a few of our plans. I mean, we've had to cancel a couple of things. We've had to push a couple things back, and we've basically lost the summer. But we'll be back. We're going to be putting on so many good events. And we're going to be presenting battle rap in a way that you haven't seen it presented before. That's the one thing I can guarantee with our events. They're always going to be different. They're always going to be fun. They're always going to be exciting. For better or for worse, we're going to be watching. So please keep your eyes on Beast Anglia. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, agreed, man. And yeah, like I said, I slept on Beast Anglia for the most part for a long time, and I've recently had the chance to go back through and watch a lot of the battles that are on Facebook and stuff. And for the most part, they've all been really good. And like I said, that SirSpence guy, I'm really impressed with. Obviously, Georgie Roots and yourself and people like that have become quite well known. I like that. Is it Tatum MC?
The one who battled Georgie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's good.
I thought he could become very good. Yeah, there's quite a few guys, man. So it's definitely, for anyone who, like me, hasn't had chance to check it out yet, definitely do so. But like, what's your plans with it once this whole pandemic is over? Then are you going to get back to throwing regular events?
Oh, we've got a show scheduled. I foresaw this coming, so I just pushed our show back to a later date, which is the 4th of July. Obviously, it seemed like whether that happens or not, but that show will happen at some point. If it's not in July, it'll be in August, it'll be in September. That's a nice card. That's Bobby Rex versus Georgie Roots.
Yeah.
Sam Hypes versus DARPA, which is a fucking fire battle. Like,
yeah, it is.
I'm so happy we've got that on our card. And shout out to Sam Hypes as well, because he's the first person from UKBR who really offered to help me and help our brand. You know what I mean? Back when it wasn't even Beast Anglia, back when I was trying to book a shitty local event in a school. But that's another story for another day. But we got Sam Hypes DARPA, we got Tech versus Graphic Grammar, we've got we got SirSpence versus Toucan, which should be a very interesting battle.
Yeah. Great.
Myself versus Phalanx. We have Robin HD versus Tatum MC, which is going to be intriguing, to say the least. Be interesting to see whose bars Robin spits on the night.
It'd be interesting to see if he turns up, to be completely honest. But
I think he'll turn up. I think he's sort of realised the gravity of the situation, and I think he wants to. I think if he doesn't turn up, then he is finished. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't want a no-show on his reputation either. Because quite frankly, he's lucky he's gotten away with what he has, and people still sort of acknowledge him. We got Coolsey versus Titan. Titan obviously featured quite a lot on Dub Scandal.
Yeah.
And we've got Smiles versus Benny Bizzle, who Benny Bizzle's a good newcomer. He had an online battle with is it ZM? What's his name? He's battled on Don't Flop a few times. He had his first online battle with him, and a lot of people said it was close.
As in Zim that did
Zim,
against Luna.
Yeah, Zim. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we've got a few tryouts. We've got Patrick Currier, the poster guy. He's having a tryout on us. Gaz Time is. And we also have Barry Glitter.
Barry Glitter, I like it.
Fucking hard. Yeah. So I announced a card with Bobby Rex versus Georgie Roots on, and Barry Glitter gets the most fucking reception. Something's fucking wrong there, man. They're already touting a Barry the Glitter versus Gary the Bollocks fucking dream match.
Yeah, I like that. Makes sense, but that's a good card, man. Very good card. Obviously, Georgie and Bobby will be very good.
That's going to be a mental battle, man.
I'm a big fan of Tech. I think Tech is. He's got a very high ceiling ahead of him. I was half expecting him to apply for the academy, to be honest with you.
I thought he did, because I remember he commented on one of the application forms, or someone tagged him. A lot of people who applied for the academy didn't actually apply, though. That's what I've noticed.
So I think they had way more applications, but obviously they had to resend the email and say, look, who's still interested? And a lot of people didn't get back to them.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I nearly missed the email myself.
Yeah.
I was checking through my junk one day, and it was just there. I was like, oh, shit. Right.
Well, I know Crash decided not to enter in the end.
Yeah.
Who else was there?
Crumpet was meant to be in the academy, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was told he applied, and to be fair, I thought he would have done all right. I mean, based off his last performance in Ireland, I thought he would definitely have hit. I thought he could reach the quarters.
Do you know what? Like, I'm actually a fan of his. Like, I really like his style. I think it's.
I do. People give him a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously, he's pulled out the phone a couple times, but when he actually raps, like I was watching him. Well, he sent me his bars actually before the Shapey battle. I was reading them. I was like, "Fucking hell! If you deliver these, like, what's the Shapey battle?" And I was pissing myself. I mean, you see, Thesaurus's reactions were brilliant as well. Like,
yeah.
He is good. I think he'd out rap. I think he'd beat a lot of people.
Definitely.
He's a lot funnier than a lot of people. He punches a lot better than quite a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I agree. And like, I've said this a couple of times, and people have kind of said, "Do you know what? I never thought about that until now." But he kind of reminds me of Wizard.
A bit, yeah.
No,
yeah,
not as good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah,
but there's similarities there.
Yeah, well, sort of almost the way he sort of, I guess, conducts himself and sort of projects himself is. I enjoy him. I must admit, like, I enjoy his battle. I think he is funny. I think he comes up with some brilliant shit, and he does punch a lot better than a lot of the lower and middle tier guys.
Yeah,
like he actually says he says stuff that makes me think, wow, like, how did you think of that? Or he has stuff that makes me laugh, not stuff that just makes you go, yeah, all right then, yeah, I sort of get that, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of these new rappers or newer middle tier, lower tier, you don't know how to punch properly, you know what I mean? They're either big stretches or dad jokes, and although Crumpet has had a couple of them, you know what I mean? A lot of his shit is really entertained me, and that's what battle rap's about at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's to entertain people.
Definitely. Yeah. I like him a lot. I think it would have been good to have seen him in the academy, actually, but I can imagine he's probably going to get offered a plate on Premier Battles regardless, so...
Yeah, I think he'll get one at this point. To be fair, if they've offered Yanniff a plate, albeit Yanniff does do a lot for them, I think they'll fucking give him one. I
mean, Yanniff's another one though, man. I think he gets a lot of stick, and don't get me wrong, he deserves most of the stick he gets, but I think he's getting better and better.
Yeah, but I don't get it with him. All right, I understand, like, he is a nice guy, he's a sound guy, and he works fucking hard for the league. Like, I could see that. But as a rapper, like, I just don't rate him. And just like when people say, they say he improved. You lose 5 times in a row and you improve a bit in each. That's nothing to be proud of. You know what I mean? You're basically the whipping boy. You know, it's just sort of like, oh, he's just slightly less shit than before.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. Like obviously because I actually find him to be really likable. Like I know he tries his hardest to play this sort of character and sort of tries to play the heel, if you will. But I find him really likable, but obviously that just doesn't make you a good rat. I mean, I watched him against Sam Hypes. He had a bar, was it like you get served in a round base as a restaurante? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was dog shit.
Was it? This is professional wrestling, but in the form of battle rap. And to be fair, I mean, I thought when he was meant to battle Georgie on Anarchy, and I was thinking, really, you could have. I know, obviously, that was meant to be Will Ross, and Will Ross pulled out for whatever reason. But I thought, really, pick someone a bit better than Yanov. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on him, but I just don't understand how you can lose every single battle that you have and get given chances. You know what I mean? Regardless of what you do for the league in general, I don't know, man. I just don't think, you know what I mean, he merits getting put on Anarchy.
No, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe he'll improve. Maybe he'll beat somebody convincingly one day. But to be fair, the one thing he does do better than a lot of these battlers is he sells himself.
Does.
I watch every single one of his battles, and that's because he makes me watch every single one of his battles. You can't keep your eyes off him for better or for worse, and I think that's something a lot of battlers don't know how to do nowadays. Is sort of push their brand a bit and get people aware of them. I think Yanov does that really well.
Yeah, agreed. And I mean, I guess his work behind the scenes kind of gives them an obligation to give him battles as well, I guess, in that sense. But I do think he's getting better with every battle he does, so hopefully he can kind of find some consistency at some point. But like going back to the academy for you, then I am going to ask the question because we kind of went off on a tangent the first time. But quick fire, who have you got going through from this round?
8-0 LSDean. No, well, that's from this round.
Yeah. So McCoy
Slester. Just too much experience.
I'm going the opposite. I'm going to go with McCoy. Be easy, G double.
G double, just based off audience who he's with. I don't think Be Easy really registers with a UK crowd. In America, probably Be Easy, but not over here.
I'm leaning towards Be Easy as well, so we might end up sticking to our teams here. To be fair,
I'm trying to be objective here.
Yeah.
We'll say that Nick Kelly, owner of Beast Anglia, is conducting this battle and not Kick Nelly of Team LSDean. So yeah, I'll try and stay objective.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. But Serious Henry.
If Serious doesn't choke, I could give it to Serious.
Yeah.
I think he's going to choke.
I think it's the hardest one to call, but I'm going Serious.
I think that would be the most entertaining battle of the night. Probably not the best battle bar for bar, but I think that would be the most fun one to watch because they're both are funny guys.
Yeah, agreed. Yourself versus Savant. Or we'll say Kick Nelly versus Savant then.
I think a lot of people are going to sleep on me. I think a lot of people are sleeping on me. I think a lot of people who are saying Savant are going to beat me haven't watched my battles, haven't actually seen me on a good day.
That's always going to happen, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say I'm going to win. I mean, to be fair, I think I could beat everybody in this tournament. I wouldn't have bothered entering if I didn't think that. So I'm going to say me. You know what I mean? If I was going to bet against myself, I might as well fucking quit now. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'll say me.
Well, fair one, man. And again, I do think it's tougher to call than most people are making out. Going off what I've seen so far, I'm personally gonna say Savant is probably my favourite.
Yeah. No, I can dig that. That's just yeah, you know what I mean. That's not exactly hurting my feelings, man. That's he's obviously. I think he is the favourite to win the tournament from what I've seen people saying. So
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think he is. So, but again, like I said earlier, I'm definitely expecting to be surprised on a few of them. So
yeah.
Whitey Blindo Enigma.
Right, I'm gonna get shit from one of them. Whitey will probably win on experience, but Enigma will probably do better than a lot of other people who win their battles.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
I think Enigma will get booked. I think Enigma will be the Sam Hypes of this year's competition, where he gets knocked out early but does enough to get invited back and has a good streak.
Yeah, okay, agreed. I think exactly the same with that one, to be fair. Gaz Time, Graphic Grammar.
Graphic Grammar, just more experienced, more comfortable in the room. Gaz Time has this really sort of weird, like, he sounds like he has this like lunar sea flow. I just find it really jarring, and I don't know. Judges don't really like that either, where you sort of sound like another guy. I just think Graphic Grammar on a good day is fucking. He's up there, man. Like, he is one of the better people in the tournament, but depends how seriously he takes it. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Graphic Grammar, to be honest. Like, I think Gaz Time, I think, is a grime MC.
Yeah, he is.
I know he's got quite a lot. Well, I think he's working on a project with Dialect at the moment. I think I saw. So, like, I think he's definitely more suited to music than he is to battling. To be honest, like,
well, that's a hard transition.
It is, yeah, and I personally, I don't feel like he said much in his tryout either. So I'm gonna go with Graphic Grammar, even though.
Yeah, I think Graphic Grammar takes that.
Yeah, agreed. But DTH Jester Black.
This is a hard one to call. This is hard. Both are good. The thing is with DTH, it depends what DTH turns up. If it's a super motivated DTH from the qualifier, but is it a DTH who stumbles at Dub Scandal? DTH turns up 100%, he wins. If he doesn't turn up 100%, it's the Jester Black. That's basically it depends. If DTH stumbles through his rounds or fucking, you know what I mean, isn't at his best, I think Jester takes it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I agree, and I think DTH will win. I also think both of them are gonna stumble, and I think
I've never actually seen Jester Black battle. It's the thing. I know he's got a battle with Terminal up, which I might watch later actually. But I've never actually seen him battle. I watched his qualifier. He was good in his qualifier, so I don't know how he's going to react. And obviously, he's traveling as well. So you don't know what, you know what I mean, whether he's going to be knackered or tired. And it's always harder to fucking prepare on a fucking plane or on a coach. Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think DTH probably will just take that on experience if he doesn't stumble.
Yeah, man.
Because
Yeah,
I've watched him battle a couple times, and he's stumbled pretty badly as well. You know what I mean? Where he's had to rewind about 2-3 times. It's not a quick 2-second thing.
Yeah. No, agreed. I think DTH will take it personally, but again, I think Jester Black's got a high ceiling ahead of him. I think he's only like 18 as well. So
yeah, well, he's better than me when I was 18. I'll give him that much.
Oh, 100%. If I entered when I was his age, I would have been fucking dog shit. I know that. So.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
And SirSpence versus Dukes.
Interesting. Depends how seriously Dukes takes it as well.
I do agree.
Because he battled for us and he choked in his first round. And he also got his submission in really fucking late as well, which they mentioned in the video, and it sounded like he just spat his first round. Once again, all these fucking predictions are variables. You don't know what could happen. You know what I mean? You don't know who's going to take it seriously. You win if Dukes doesn't take it. If the Dukes versus Harry Specs, Dukes turns up, you win. If the Dukes versus Georgie Roots and Switchley, rest in peace, Switchley, that Dukes turns up, Dukes wins.
I'm interested to see what kind of approach he takes, because I feel like all of his battles are kind of very early, don't flop humor that just doesn't go off anymore. And
nah, he does. He does like his mum jokes, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I feel like Dean and Jay Short are going to talk him out of taking that approach. So I think he's going to bring something different. But
well, I've seen him like rap on DMB, and the guy can fucking rap. Like he can really rap.
He can rap his ass off. To be fair, and
yeah.
like he's just done. I think he's just won one of those "don't flop, ate your words" things. And I watched that, and he's really good. To be fair to him, so
once again, that's that transition. But now, Dukes again, he's really young. He's pretty young. I think he's only like 22.
Is he?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
He looks about 40.
Oh shit! But no, I think he's like 22. Well, he might not be, but
looks like a 40-year-old bouncer in a Weatherspoons.
Oh shit! You're giving away material, mate. But he's I think he might because he was on the mailing list because obviously Briggsy CC does All In, and he was under like Jake Wood 97, so that would make him 22.
Shit, fair one.
Fuck it, like I said, the oldest 22-year-old I've ever seen. But once again, man, he's got a high ceiling. It's just sometimes he just doesn't prep enough or doesn't take his battle seriously. I mean, but I think with a bit of, you know what I mean, a bit of dedication, he could really, really fucking go somewhere. And like I say, he does lean on the mum jokes a bit too much, which especially in a arena like Premier Battles just isn't going to resonate. You know what I mean? It's like, that's one of the worst things you can do in Premier Battles, really, because they just hate, they look down upon that style.
Yeah.
All right, don't flop Beast Anglia. Yeah, that might work, but no, not up there. Like I say, it depends. Like I said, if Dukes half-asses it, if Dukes comes 100%, I think Dukes advances.
No, I get that. I get that completely, and I do agree as well. So I'm interested to see what he says, but I think what I've got so far, I've not sent it to like Milky or anyone to see what they think just yet, but I'm pretty confident that providing that I don't stumble or whatever, which, because I've never battled in a room, I don't know what will happen, I guess, but I'm pretty confident that if we get the Dukes that we've seen so far, I'll win. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. I said he just let's hope he doesn't choke in his first round. That was because I heard his first round for that. He's fucking pretty good round actually. He probably would have taken that against Harry. Not the whole battle, but he probably would have got a 2-1 loss out of it and not get 3-0'd. But yeah, is that all 8? Is it?
That is. That's all of them.
Nah, like I said, man, it's so many variables. Like anything can happen. Like genuinely anything can. And this is what I said. Like I think the winner of a lot of these battles will just simply be who just actually tries harder.
Yeah, I do agree.
Who practices more? Who writes better? And I think the coaches have got a lot. How have Milky and Mav been as coaches to you so far? How have they been? What's their sort of like, not to pry too much into the writing process of Team Milky, but how have they been sort of like engaging with you lot and shit?
So we'll put it this way, within about 4 hours of finding out who'd made it through and which team we were on, they'd both sent us all personal voicemails or voice messages telling us what they thought of our tryout and what they think we need to improve on and what we need to work on and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's the same over here actually, to be fair. I mean, Dean's messaged us. Well, Jay Short posted in the group chat and Dean's messaged all of us personally and sort of done the same thing, gone through what he liked, what he impressed. He gave us his notes, you know what I mean? It's good to see that everyone's really engaged in this year. I think this could probably be the best academy yet, quite frankly, because it seems like everyone wants it.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, last year's academy, fucking half the battles weren't even put online, were they? Because fucking people were no-showing, people were choking, and I think we'll get a lot less of that this year.
Yeah, I think so too. But
I think we'll get one no-show.
Yeah,
I don't know who it is, but we'll get one no-show.
I don't know why, mate. I've got a really fucking bad feeling that Dukes and Graphic Grammar are going to no-show it.
Why is that? Why do you think that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just feel like because they're getting opportunities on Don't Flop, I really don't know if they're going to be bothered with it.
Why enter? That's the thing. No, I don't know, man. Like, I think they travelled to us. You know what I mean? Dukes did anyway. He travelled to us on a Sunday night, turned up, had his battle. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I think they'll turn up, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm expecting one no-show, and I'm expecting one choke. Like, as a minimum. I don't mean to run down anybody in the competition, but it's just there's always one, isn't there? Like, yeah. Unfortunately, there is always one. And it will be. It always is in the early stage. You know what I mean? When you get to the quarterfinals, there won't be anything like that. I mean, obviously, you had the situation last year with Graza, but from what I was told by people who were at that event, he'd had a situation with his job and he literally couldn't travel there on the day. But no, I think you will get one choke, one no-show. I think that'd be it for this tournament. I think after that, when you get down to the last 8, I think it's just going to be quality battles.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to want it. I think everyone should. I mean, by rights, everybody should turn up with good fucking rounds.
Yeah, and I mean, it'll be interesting as well. The last 8 will be interesting in the sense of it. You know, like Just seeing 8 battlers from one team, Team Milky, going up against each other, it's going to be
Yeah.
going to be interesting to see what
All
happens
right.
there,
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
but yeah, we'll see what happens.
One thing I haven't worked out though is there's this whoever wins more battles gets to choose the next round for the quarters. Did you see that?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
No. So basically, Briggsy messaged us on the day. He said it's in the group chat. I think you obviously would have got the same message. Whichever team wins more battles out of the last 16, they get to choose the quarterfinals. Basically, who faces who. Which is really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I like that.
But how's that going to work? What if 4 battlers, which is possible, you know what I mean, is really possible, like 4 battlers from each team win? How does that work?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if someone 8-0s it, who picks who? You know, they all won their battle. It's just, I don't know, man. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? And obviously, when all 8 of us are arguing over who we're going to face, nah. Like I said, man, it can go anyway, man. I think this is anybody's to win.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think some people.
That'll be interesting to see what happens next. Then, I mean, I know who I'd want next if Milky's team won, but
Who's that?
Oh, I'd want GWE.
I knew you were going to say that. There's a little rivalry building up between you two. Well, at least on your end, anyway.
Mate, that's what it's all about, man. I'm going to talk my shit against you. Anubis is no longer in it, unfortunately. So.
Anubis is no longer in it, man.
GWE's got to get it.
I can't really think of anybody I'd want to fight, actually as a rival. There's a couple guys in there that I know I'd probably do a bit easier against, you know what I mean, just based on Clash of Styles. But honestly, if I had to pick someone, if he gets to the last 8 and I get to the last, I want to battle Sirius, man.
Yeah, fair one. I think that'd be good.
Cambridge versus Oxford. Nice little dynamic there.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
that.
And
I think I know how to beat people like that, you know what I mean? He's a bit extra, I'm a bit extra. You fight fire with fire. But yeah. I don't know. Like I said, man, my predictions are my prediction, and I'll probably change my mind tomorrow. You know, it's just, you can't call it. You genuinely, and that's not me trying to be diplomatic or fucking. It's just literally one of them. It's so open. I think that's what's going to make it so interesting and so good for the viewers, and even me as a fan. Like I said, just watching the other 7 battles, But
yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, I mean, I just want GWE because he seems to be, for most part, everybody's favourite, and everybody thinks he's going to walk it as well.
Well, I think that's a bit presumptuous. I don't think anybody's going to walk it.
And people are entitled to think that when you've done 25 battles and still enter in a tryout tournament. You know what I mean? But.
Yeah, man, you're throwing so much shade. Nah. I don't know, man. Like I said, he's got, out of everybody, he's got the most impressive body of work. I mean, he ended Bard's title reign down at King of the Ronalds, and he's definitely the most experienced by a long way.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
On paper, he does look like he's going to win, but like I said, on paper. Last year, everybody was saying Will Ross would win. 2018, I think everybody was touting Tidal, weren't they? Was it Tidal? Everybody was saying they were going to win.
I definitely didn't have Tidal winning at the time. I think last year, I thought Bizzo would walk it. To be honest,
there's a lot of people. A lot of people said last year it was either going to be Bizzo or it was going to be Will Ross.
Yeah.
And Will Ross got knocked out fairly early, and Bizzo lost to
you know what I mean? A guy who up until that had never battled before.
Yeah. I think I thought Bizzo would walk it last year, to be honest, and then the year before, I remember being stuck between DARPA and iKid to win it.
Yeah, well, they both did pretty well out of it. Well, DARPA did. I haven't really heard much from iKid since.
I think he just kind of sticks to, what was Gift of the Gab. I think he'll probably have something to do with No Loose Chat. Going, but yeah, he did actually battle Uno Lavos.
Fucking hell.
On Gift of the Gab, that event that was the day after the URL London event.
Yeah.
It got released and iKid absolutely destroyed the guy 3-0, but
really?
Uno got the video taken down because he said the business was bad on Gift of the Gab's end or something. So
I know Uno Lavos seems to have a lot of them fucking performances, doesn't he? Where he gets fucking bodied and no one ever sees it.
Yeah.
Cortez killed him on URL apparently, and that never saw the light of day.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But my final question for you is, before I jump off, is do you think every year you had major concerns the first year, last year you had visual. Do you think we're going to see a new one of them out of everybody? No, I mean, someone who nobody thought of before, and they just have this meteoric rise. Do you think we'll have one of them this year? And who do you think that'll be? And you can't say yourself.
Do you know what? I wasn't going to. And I was going to say yes. I think McCoy will do it.
McCoy? Yeah. That's interesting, man. Like I said, with him, I think it could be. It just all depends on how he performs, his projection, and if he doesn't choke. Because he's got bars, and he is a serious battle rap. I mean, he's asking me for a tryout for a few times on BA, so he was willing to fucking travel, because he's from Middlesbrough, I think, isn't he?
He's from Middlesbrough, but he lives like near Shrewsbury.
So sort of like, that's like West England, then it's like near Gloucester. Is it near Gloucester? I don't know. Fuck it. I've been to Shrewsbury. I just don't know where it is.
It's not too far from the Welsh border, really.
So what, near like Chester sort of ways?
Not quite. It's kind of in between Birmingham and Gloucester.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
So it's south of Birmingham, I think, anyway. But
so what, like near Cheltenham, I guess?
Not too far, yeah.
All right, yeah. No, I went to Shrewsbury to watch a football match here about fucking 14 years ago, but I couldn't tell you where it is on the map.
Literally my most hated team in the world.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I grew up in Hereford, and they are
shit.
Proper like rivals. So, never liked them. When I was like 15, went to Shrewsbury to see Shrewsbury play Hereford and got nicked after. So,
really?
Yeah.
What was that for?
Absolutely fuck all, mate. There was a load of trouble at the game. I think Hereford fans like ripped the ground apart. But like, I got separated from all my mates and was walking through Shrewsbury on my own. And I was one of those little dickheads as a kid. I had like a Stone Island jacket.
Oh, fucking hell. You turn up to a football match with a fucking Stone Island jacket. You're asking for fucking trouble.
Yeah, there is that. So, yeah, they just chucked me in the back of a van and tried to pin some stuff on me, but nothing ever kind of material.
Nah, it's just a fucking inconvenience, though, getting nicked, especially in another town.
Yeah. Yeah, it was shit. But
nah.
Yeah, I've always hated Shrewsbury. Fuck them. But
nah.
No, I mean, the last question for me though is If you win the tournament and you get an opponent of your choice, who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
Yeah.
Shit. What is it? An international? Like, I mean, what's the criteria here? Because I could say I'm obviously going to say somebody who fucking they're probably not going to give me.
Do you know what? I don't think there is a criteria. I mean, obviously the winner can't go, I want Murder Mook or Lux.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I want Loaded Lux. I want New Jersey Twerk in fucking Cambridge. No, that's not going to happen. But, that's tough. Depends. Like, well, if it's UK or international? Because they're saying it's an international, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. They're basically just saying you get to choose your opponent.
Well, based off somebody who regularly works with Premier Battle, you know what I mean? I've got to be realistic here. Can I have two picks? One who I reckon, I'd probably pick Chiller. Well, they gave him to the runner-up.
Yeah.
And like I would lose, fucking no doubt about that. But by the same token, you know, that's just like a bucket list thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
More realistically though, because I mean the Chiller major concerns thing was sort of like that was more like, oh, we've got to fill a card. That was sort of like born of a moment. I don't think they'd intended to book that. But one that's probably more likely is I'd choose Red Flag. I think that'd be a good battle. So I'm a massive fan of his.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
What about you? Who would you pick?
So I'm kind of caught in between two people right now.
You can't pick GEE again.
Okay, that narrows it down. No, I'm caught between two people, and it would either be O'Shea.
That's a good battle.
Or Sharon.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about saying Sharon, but I don't know. Has he ever been booked by Premier Battles?
Not yet, no.
No, this is what I was trying to say. People who would be fucking like, I was trying to think of people who have been booked by Premier Bat, but he's on BR3, isn't he? So I think Briggsy could easily book him.
Yeah, and him and Shotty are quite like friendly to my knowledge, so yeah. I think it will happen at some point. But for me, I'm not like a massive Sharon fan or anything. Like I
rate him the fuck. I think he's fucking brilliant.
I do as well. I just don't always enjoy watching him, but I think, like, just in terms of opponents where some angles that haven't been said before immediately jump to mind, I'd take.
What would you use against him? Just out of curiosity, just if Corey's listening, you know what I mean. You might give away your game plan, but how would you approach a Sharon battle? Just out of curiosity,
I'd approach it very different to what anybody else has. I'll put it that way. Like,
yeah,
most people take the like geeky white boy angle with him, and I wouldn't do that whatsoever.
Nah, well, I think that's the problem. He owns it so well that it sort of nullifies it. I mean, I was watching, I think it was the day before yesterday, I was watching him battle Geechee Gotti on GOTC.
Yeah.
And just Sharon won the battle, I think 2-1, because he had a brilliant second and third. But the one thing, he just owns his like fucking nerdiness and awkwardness. He just owns it so well. Like, you can't use it as a weapon against him. I was always told that if you make fun of yourself, people can't make fun of you.
Yeah.
And I think he does that so well. And this is why he does so well against smack battlers, because he just nullifies like his opponent's main weapon against him. You know, tell me something new. But yeah, no, Sharon would be a good battle for anybody. I think he's one of them. You could probably give a couple grand and he'd fly over and battle anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I don't know. I like the thought of beating somebody that big early on as well.
Oh, it'd put you on a fucking map. Even if you had a debatable against them or two, I mean, even getting a round in against Sharon, you know what I mean? There's top tier guys that have never done that before. Oh, yes.
But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards O'Shea, and simply because he's the reason that I'm into battling anyway. Like, he's the first battler I ever saw, and I don't know realistically how long he's got left doing it.
Well, he's got as long as he chooses to be, but yeah, it's that sort of whole generation sort of fizzling out now. They're all sort of quitting. I mean, they're all gone, really, aren't they?
Yeah, and obviously O'Shea's got kids and a family and stuff to look after, so he's nowhere near as active as he usually has been, and I don't know how long he's going to continue doing it for, and if I missed my opportunity to battle him, I'd be gutted. So I'd probably go with Osh, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I'd fucking lose heavily, but
well, like you say, it's just a bucket list thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same with, that's why I picked Chiller, you know what I mean? Because it's a bucket list thing, you know what I mean? He's one of my fucking favourite battlers ever, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Nah, but it's crazy. That is crazy that, like, literally we're 4 battles. I mean, I don't even want to think about it, quite frankly. I think that's a bad exercise to think about battles that, you know what I mean, anything beyond them was currently in front of you. I mean, I've got 2 battles up at the moment, but it's a crazy thought that we were 5 and now we're 4 battles away, you know what I mean, from something a year ago that neither of us could have fathomed. So that's insane, you know what I mean? It's close, so.
Definitely. Yeah, man. And I mean, my main focus is just getting on that Apex card, because the final will open the day up, and I just, without knowing any of the battles, I know it's going to be insane. So
yeah, well, these cards always are, man. Even with, I mean, last year, even with all the things they had to contend with, they still put together a fucking amazing card.
Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah. Nah, well, I think that's about everything I've got to say.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but it's been good chatting to you, though, and I'm trying to get all the academy guys on to chop it up with at some point.
Anyone else agreed yet?
McCoy's going to come on at some point. He's got a bit of a hectic situation with work. Like, he works nights and stuff and does
fucking hell.
I think he does 6 days on and 3 days off or something like that. So he's pretty hectic, but that'll happen.
Yeah.
As soon as we can.
I'm sure fucking Enigma would jump on it.
Yeah.
I'll ask him to get in contact with you. He'll jump on it. I'd like to see you do an interview with Dukes and GWE, your rivals now, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to come on, I'd definitely do it. I'd kind of. I don't have any issue with Dukes, to be honest. We just.
I know, but it's competition. It's competition at the end of the day, man. I don't have any issues with any of these guys, but at the moment, I look at it as, all right, even the guys on my team, at some point, they're going to become my rivals. I look at it as all of you are standing in front of me achieving my dreams. So I have to have some degree of, you know what I mean? Some degree of, look, you know what I mean? You're in my way.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what I mean. Like, there's no personal issue, but by the same token, is, hang on, you're standing in my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd definitely have them on. But yeah, mention it in the group chat, mate. See if anyone wants to come on from your team as well, and we'll get it set.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. And then no, man, it's been good. When's this being uploaded?
I'd say probably about a week. Like I've got a massive backlog of episodes and stuff at the moment. I'm gonna probably have to upload 2 a day for the next couple of days. So
I wouldn't recommend doing that, to be honest with you.
yeah. Do you know what,
It
mate?
It kills viewership. We fucking did that. We saturated our thing, and it yeah.
I get it, but I'm not really that fussed about getting loads of views at the moment. It's just giving people some content while they've got the time to view it. Like once I'm back working and stuff, it's gonna go back to being 1 episode a week kind of thing. So for now, I'm just getting as much uploaded and out there as possible. And the more people that hear about it, they can kind of go back through the archives at their own pace that way as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah. No, I've listened to a couple of your episodes while I've been in the gym and shit. No, it's good. It's good. Listen, man, you've got some good content out there and some good interviews, and I've had some good fun doing this. Actually, man, it's been good.
Yeah, definitely, man. I've enjoyed it, but yeah, again, thanks for coming on, man. I'll put the Beast Anglia links in the description and stuff like that as well. So
yeah, man. Well, I'll see you in Manchester, I guess.
You will indeed, mate. Yeah, we'll be stood opposite each other.
We'll be rivals.
Screw facing, I imagine, but yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Nah, I look forward to it, man, and we'll grab a beer up there or something.
Yeah, all right. Take care, man.
You too. Ta-ra, man.
All right, bye.